Hey guys, you're with Tesla Tom. Thanks so much for joining us on Ludicrous Feed. A bit of news coming out of Tesla over the last couple of weeks. I want to provide a summary for you so that you're up to date. The first 3 points I've already sort of covered in a previous video. Number one, most of you will know that the $35,000 Model 3 is coming out in the USA. Number two, there will be store closures as well around the world. And number three, tied in with that, online sales only very soon. So you can only buy Teslas online and not through the stores. So I've kind of covered that already in a recent video. I'll provide a link above so you can have a look at that. I want to focus today on number 4, Model S and Model X price drops. And of course, number 5, new supercharging coming very soon as well with their version 3. First up, Model S and X price drops. So you've heard around the world that Tesla have reduced their prices. And unfortunately for some people who've bought their Model S or Model X recently, they saw the value of their car drop dramatically within like a day or two of purchasing with that news. So for example, one viewer commented on one of my videos saying that he bought his Model X and within a day his neighbor bought the same car, same specs, and it was $22,000 cheaper, something like that, over $20,000. Look, I do feel for you and I do feel for everyone else who has gone through that same situation. I'd be upset as well if I bought my Model S or X and within a week or two it had dropped like 30%. I mean, I do know that a car is not an investment as such, and as soon as you drive out of a showroom or a dealership or a store, that value drops very quickly. But to drop that much in one day, that is disappointing. And I guess Tesla could have possibly handled that situation a bit better, maybe reduce the price over months maybe, just to help those current owners, or even offer an incentive to current owners to sort of ease the pain a little bit. I guess all I can say to you is that, you know, even though it's bad, I want you to enjoy those cars. I mean, these are great cars, right? Like, just really enjoy the heck out of it, so to speak. Like, keep it as long as you can. It's a great car. Don't get in the car every time and think, oh, I could have saved $20,000. You know, enjoy it with your family. Go on long road trips with it, and just see the reason why we love this car so much, and keep it as long as you can. I'm certainly trying to keep my car as long as I can. I bought mine secondhand anyway, so I was lucky it had already depreciated, and certainly since the last 2 years I bought it, it certainly has depreciated even more. So again, my advice is just keep it as long as you can, enjoy it. And yeah, and look, I do feel for you. I've lost money in the past as well. And it's a bad feeling. It does hurt. So I do sympathize with you. I do empathize with you. But yeah, just stay in there. And look, I guess it's good news for everyone else, right? Because the price of Tesla has dropped. I mean, that's great. It makes an electric car more accessible and more affordable all of a sudden. I was speaking to one of our viewers today on Facebook Messenger, and we were talking about how you know, with so many electric cars coming on very soon, the second-hand market is going to blossom. And so I guess as a word of warning, don't buy an internal combustion engine vehicle, because if there are a lot of second-hand electric vehicles out there, the price of an internal combustion engine vehicle is going to drop, because suddenly there are more electric cars out there for sale through a new market or a used car market. So, you know, don't buy another ICE vehicle. That's all I can say to you. Just give it a couple of years. Your luxury ICE vehicle is going to drop massively. Like, that is depreciation, because there is a better product out there. So that's good news for electric car fans out there. More cars flooding the market very, very soon. All right, enough of that. Last thing I want to talk about is supercharging news. So I'm going to talk about this in a bit more detail. So currently, as it stands, most of the superchargers around the world now are version 2. Version 2 has a maximum charging rate, depending on what you read, of either 135 or 145 kilowatt maximum. And currently they've got something called sharing. So power sharing is that most supercharger stalls are grouped into A and B. So next time you use your Tesla, if you don't know about this, the supercharging ports are labeled A or B. Like, you know, for example, it'll be like 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, etc. So they're grouped in pairs, right? And the maximum that any charger currently can do is 120 kilowatts. If you're the only car at this spot here. If another car joins you here, then that power is split into two. So you won't get 120 all of a sudden, you'll get like whatever, 60, 70 kilowatts if there's another car next to you. So what Elon Musk has tweeted recently, he's saying that very soon through a software update, this power sharing will no longer occur. And through software updates, each charger will now get 145 kilowatts each of power. That's through existing fleet, so existing Model S and X cars, which is great. The other thing also is there'll be a battery conditioning function. So that means that if you're about to pull up to a supercharger station, the battery will warm up through, I guess, the heating system in your car, so that when you get to the battery charger, it'll be warm and it'll receive that charge pretty quickly. Because currently the battery's going to warm up. Is that such an issue in Australia? I'm not sure. I guess it's more of a situation for colder countries where if you're in a cold climate, the battery does take a little time to heat up. So possibly not so important for here in Australia, but good news for everyone else around the world. Battery conditioning, no more power splitting. Each charger will now reach 145 kilowatts for version 2. So that's version 2. And also for version 3, so version 3 chargers now, apparently, they'll be rolled out very soon, but they can they can charge up to 250 kilowatts. Now, on average, a Model S can do about 5 kilometers per kilowatt or per kilowatt hour, depending on whether you're talking about rates or battery capacity. The Model 3 is more efficient than that. I think 3 is something like 7 kilometers. So Elon Musk and Tesla have said that for a Model 3 to use a version 3 supercharger, you're getting like 1,000 miles per hour of charging, or 1,600 kilometers an hour. That's pretty darn quick. Like for a standard range Model 3, which has a capacity of 220 miles, which is about what? Quick maths, something like 350 kilometers, right? Maybe more. You can charge up in like, I don't know, in like 20 minutes, maybe even less. What's that? No, 15 minutes. You can get full charge in 15 minutes. Like, that's enough to go to the shop, pick up something to eat, go to the toilet, come back, you're done. Get to 80% pretty quickly. So that's amazing breakthrough. And assuming that's through a CCS2 charger for version 3. Currently, only the Model 3s can accept version 3. Model S and X won't be retrofitted to be able to receive this, but through the version 2 upgrades, you can still get pretty quick at 135 or 145 kilowatt of charging with battery conditioning. So that's about 25% increase in charging rate for S and X, which is fantastic. Really good news. Alright guys, well that's it. The 5 points I wanted to cover today for Tesla news over the last couple of weeks. Lots of things happening, and yeah, very exciting times for electric car fans and owners. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, and as always, happy charging. Thanks for watching, and thanks for being part of the energy revolution. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit subscribe to stay up to date with our latest videos. Happy charging!